Jordan!
Ian.
Who was building a Lego set that they wanted to stick on their shelf as a showpiece, so decided to use something to keep those little bricks together indefinitely. But after searching their house top to bottom and coming up empty-handed, they discovered that cheese is not a good substitute for glue.
Sean Paul.
No. Two guys! Hello, and welcome to episode 143 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where the glue that holds our friendship together is this show. My name is Ian, and this brick is Jordan. Jordan, how are you?
Did you say this brick?
I did say brick, yes.
Okay, all right, okay. I thought I'd make sure. I'm good. I feel out of practice.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, in release time, of course, the summer is definitely over. Most definitely.
We are long into autumn now.
But in recording time, the summer holidays are sort of really just finished about a week ago or so.
Yep. It's still technically summer right now. Dog attack!
Yes, dog attack, and that is because we've got a window cleaner here.
Oh,
so, yeah, he thinks he's big and scary. And Teddy. He comes with his cleaning apparatus and he's like, I'm going to get your windows.
Look at me, I'm well-eyed.
I mean, yeah, he is often erect. We do have to close the curtains because it's a bit distracting.
You went for the XXX window cleaner service.
I did, yeah. It's a bit annoying, though, because, I mean, he'll squeegee it off and then there'll just be a smear mark.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Sort of waist height.
Yeah. Terribly annoying. And then you've got to go out and lick it clean, which is always a problem. Yeah. Tasty, though.
It's also on the inside. It's weird.
Oh, God. You might want to look into that.
I think it's when I'm sort of up against the window, too.
Okay, right.
Anyway, how was your summer?
Summer was good. You know, it was the standard days out, kids happy, up early, bed late, going to the beach.
Of course.
Different activities, keeping them entertained and enjoying the sunny weather all along.
Very good. And you survived your holiday, which is good.
I did.
And I survived mine.
Yeah. I was going to say, right, you're just back from like a week and a half in France. And I was going to say you must feel rested, but you came back, had a sleep and was right back into the thick of it.
Yeah.
You were like teaching, gigging, correcting my mistakes.
Oh, that never ends. It was really good. Slightly tiring in terms of the travel because we were travelling through the morning or the very, very, very early hours.
Right.
But it was good fun. And I've brought you some flock back as well.
You have, yeah. Cannot wait to get my little mitts on that.
I mean, they're just empty bottles at this point, but, you know, it's a thought that counts, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll be able to sniff them.
It'd just be my gob.
Yeah, I've licked them clean.
And the other thing as well, I'm really glad that we didn't go 2 weeks before we did, because they had a heat wave and it was literally in the 40s.
No way.
And I would have just combusted, I think. I'd have got off that plane and...
I'm so glad to be...
It was described to me as like opening an oven, just walking outside.
God.
That sounds horrendous. Like, I seek shade wherever I go, and that would have been awful.
You know, it was kind of like that here, though. I remember like a fair few times we were driving somewhere with the boys, going to some adventure park or something, and we'd have the aircon on, and the kids love having the windows down.
Right.
And they'd ask if they could put their windows down. So I'd take the child lock off so they could put them down a bit, and I'd expect cold air to fly through, you know, as we're doing 60 down the motorway or whatever.
60 down the high street.
Yeah, 60 down the town centre. But hot air would come through.
Yeah.
And it was like a warm breeze, and I was like, that's not normal. I think this summer just gone is the first decent summer that we in England have had since the first lockdown.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I remember that first lockdown, my wife and I were stood in our front garden, which was as far as we could go, and it was boiling, and I was just thinking, such a shame that we can't go and do anything because it's beautiful weather. And ever since then, I've been waiting for a decent summer, and one has just never come.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's just gone. It's ticked all the right boxes. I've had a good one. I've enjoyed the weather.
Good, yeah. I mean, I feel kind of sad, though, that the nights are drawing in and it's feeling a little bit cooler again now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally since I came back. There was beautiful weather in France, and that was in the 30s. That's hot enough for me. Came back and it was pissing icing it down. And since then, it's not been that warm.
Welcome back to England, Jordan.
Exactly, yeah. I feel back at home. Just a couple of things to say on the trip as well. So we did go and visit the in-laws. There's a couple of little happenings that happened with her dad.
Oh, God.
So I just thought I'd let you know a few of them. One is that he likes to park in the disabled spot in the supermarket because, and I quote, the car park is full and it's closer.
Not a valid reason.
Which... I was going to say, nobody take that as a reason. And it's not just that, but he also parks skew whiff in it. Like, it's not even straight. And then also, I think I told you this, Ian, the day that we left, it was about, we left probably 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was pitch black outside, and I had the big heavy suitcase to lug downstairs. But we could go through a separate exit, and it would be sort of floor level, but then it would go down a slight hill to the other side of the house.
Okay.
So he said, oh, you go this way, it'll be easier than carrying it down the stairs. And I was like, yeah, great, okay. And he said, as you walk out, the outdoor lights will come on automatically, you'll see where you're going. And then he proceeded to say, oh, actually, it's all right because it's daylight out. It was, in fact, not daylight at all. It was about the blackest it could be.
So he was either half asleep, is blind, or just couldn't be bothered to turn the light on.
Exactly, yeah. And then the other thing was, on our route to the airport, he was like, this road is full of lorries today. We'd in fact just seen 2. The stuff he comes out with is ridiculous. And the other final thought, I told you, Ian, I had a bit of a sprained foot for a while.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very nice to be kind of traversing the airport, shall we say, while hobbling about. But it turns out her dad gave me this ointment, essentially, to put on the foot, and it was called Odds On. I'd never heard of it before, and when I read the bottle, it said, for treatment, joint soreness, tendon injuries, swelling with heat, and any muscle soreness.
Okay.
Thought, that's great, okay. Then it says, for animal use only.
Oh, no.
And it's for f***ing horses. But it worked a treat, to be honest. It worked really well.
And you have been galloping everywhere since.
Nay.
God.
I couldn't believe it.
Amazing.
Yeah, apparently that's what they used for when they were doing the greyhound racing many years ago.
Right.
So, that stuff's probably well out of date anyhow. In fact, it's probably causing my foot to rot.
Yeah, that's probably the reason that you've lost one of them.
Yeah, maybe.
Normally when people say, oh, I left a little piece of me back in that place that I was visiting, you mean literally.
Left a little limb. And now I've got a little limp.
Need some more of that cream, mate.
Yeah, the more odds on. Yeah. So, I feel like we should also just mention before we get stuck in for today that there may well still be a little bit of time to get your tickets in for our live Halloween event next week.
Absolutely.
Which is on Friday the 10th of October in Scarborough. And it is featuring, as I'm sure you've already heard, Mr. Paul Sinclair himself.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, I'm quite excited.
I cannot wait.
And tickets are just £5. They're on Eventbrite, and all proceeds are being donated to the charity Survive, which is for victims of sexual violence. So, all for a good cause.
Absolutely.
I guess we'll leave the link in the description if anyone is interested.
I will make it the very top link.
Perfect. So, all that aside, Ian, what on earth have you got for us today?
Jordan, I know it's been a while since we've recorded, mate, but that's not how things go.
Oh.
You tell me what you're doing first.
Oh, that's right. Okay, sorry. Well, Ian, thanks for asking.
Not a problem, Jordan.
I have got a compilation of what the internet said when they were angry and made themselves sound stupid because they couldn't get the words out properly.
Brilliant.
That kind of thing where, like you either stutter something or it just comes out totally wrong.
Yep.
And then the moments pass, but you can no longer be angry because that is just ridiculous what you've just said.
Yeah, everyone just starts laughing at you. And it's so daft, you just have to laugh along.
Yeah, exactly. And then the world's a happier place.
And then everyone forgets that you killed that prostitute and everyone, just goes back to the part, what? Sorry,
I think I misheard you.
No, I was just too angry. I misspoke.
Oh, okay.
I meant to say hooker.
Oh, Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's a good one. I like it.
Well, right, so
that's what I'll be doing.
Nice.
What have you got for us?
Well, Jordan, today is, as we said, the first time we have recorded in weeks. We've had a little summer break, so I decided to use our time off to dig into something huge.
Oh.
So over the next 8 episodes, you heard that right, 8 episodes, starting with today, I'm going to be giving you a run of episodes that all tie together into one big web of lost civilizations, secret monsters, UFOs, creatures, sex with dinosaurs.
Wow.
Yep. And strange disappearances. And if you stick with it across all 8 episodes, you'll spot the weird links and you'll see how the dots connect. But don't worry, if that sounds a little boring, maybe, you don't want to get stuck into 8 episodes worth of something, each episode will stand on their own.
Cool.
They all will have my normal delivery, full of everything high strangeness, but together they build a bigger, weirder picture.
Thank God I don't need to remember 2 months worth of stuff.
Oh God, no, you don't need to remember, right? But when they come up, you'll be like, oh, that was mentioned last week.
I probably won't.
You will, because you'll be like... You better do.
Just prompt me.
This was a lot of hard work, right? So you better...
Okay.
You better recognise it. But, Jordan, to answer your question, today, to kick it all off, I've got something that we spoke about a long time ago when I gave you a little rundown, but this time, I'm digging deep. It's the missing 411.
Oh, okay. Go for it. I like it.
I cannot wait to tell you all this strangeness.
Cool. I'm excited. Should we dive in?
Let's fucking go. So imagine going on a hike in a national park. One minute you're surrounded by your mates or your family, but the next, one of your group is just gone. There was no sound, no struggle, no warning. There's now just an empty space where that person once was just seconds ago. That is the chilling reality that some people have experienced and what has come to be known as the missing 411 phenomenon. The phrase missing 411 was coined by researcher and former detective David Paulides, who one day just casually noticed clusters of mysterious disappearances happening in US national parks spanning decades. So it's not a new thing. This has been going on for quite some time.
Okay.
This isn't your run-of-the-mill hiker takes a wrong turn. These are the vanishings that baffle rangers, render search dogs useless, and make you double-check the trees next time you're out for a little stroll. People inexplicably seem to go missing just a few steps away from others, sometimes on trails they've walked their whole lives, but it's always weird. Dogs refuse to track, sometimes literally just laying down and going, nah, I ain't doing it, pal.
You get some new dogs, wouldn't you?
You definitely would. I think that may be the key to the whole thing. They try one dog and it's like, nah, mate, I'm knackered. And they're like, all right, well, that's it. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a shame they chose that one dog that's nose blind.
They chose that one dog that's actually a cow.
It's probably a horse. It's probably got odds on it.
You got some cream for that, though, don't you?
Ointment, yeah.
Oh, your stepdad? Your father-in-law does, doesn't he? He's got some.
My daddy.
Oh, God. Thank God your wife don't listen to this, because that'd be imminent divorce.
Yeah.
So massive rescue operations turn up nothing for days, weeks, or even sometimes forever. But if something does turn up, it's odd. Clothes are neatly folded in places that have already been searched. Belongings are dumped next to boulder fields or water shoes. Or water shoes!
What are water shoes?
Don't ask, you don't want to know. It's too weird.
I get an impression of like a water balloon, but your foot's in it.
Okay, like a waterbed, but like a shoe.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds comfortable as to be honest. What I meant to say was shoes are missing for no reason. Now, skeptics will say loads of people visit national parks. Unfortunately, some will get lost or injured. It happens. But the missing 411 angle isn't about the fact that people go missing, it's the patterns that emerge. The weirdly consistent details across so many cases that makes it feel like there's more going on than just a bad day at the park.
Right.
So before we dive into some of the creepiest cases that I found, let's start off with the guy who kicked it all off, David Paulides. Paulides was a cop for 20 years in San Jose in California. He built a reputation as a solid investigator. He was the kind of guy who had the nose for detail. They probably should have got him in instead of the dog.
He's got a massive nose, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's how he's easily identifiable. They're like... just a nose gets out of a car. They're like, oh, thank God, Paulides is here.
Nose with a couple of limbs.
I'm here to sniff out the case. Stop saying that, Paulides. It's not a good catchphrase.
Oh, that would be awful, though, wouldn't it, when he gets a really bad cold?
Yeah, like you're washing away all the evidence with your copious amounts of snot, Paulides. Get off the scene.
Oh, that's awful.
He sneezes and just a crater emerges.
He sneezes and he's in the next city.
Oh, thank God you're here, Politis. We were just about to call you.
Poor bugger. I assume that's totally not true.
Not true at all, no. A normal-sized nose, at best. But he built a reputation as a solid investigator. He was the kind of guy who had the nose for detail. And when he retired... Don't set me off. But when he retired, he didn't take up golf or fishing. He instead jumped straight into Bigfoot research. He wrote books and even founded the North American Bigfoot Search Group. So yeah, he was never shy about chasing the weird. So the missing 411 idea started when Politis was in a national park on a Bigfoot lead, and an off-duty ranger quietly pulled him aside and basically said, "Look, Politis, people are going missing here under really strange circumstances, and no one's talking about it." Most people would shrug that off as weird, but Politis smelled something. Don't. Oh, God. I've dug myself into a sniffy hole here.
But Politis just went...
They're over there. Oh. But no, Jordan, why were kids, hunters, and experienced hikers just vanishing into thin air? And why did the National Park Service act cagey whenever he asked for the damn records? Seems a bit odd, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a lot of odd people in this earth.
Tell me about it. So he put in a Freedom of Information request asking for a list of missing people, and he was told no such list existed, and if he wanted one made, he'd have to buy it and pay an absurd amount of money for it. Bureaucracy?
Do you want to try that again?
Bureaucracy or a cover-up? He leaned toward cover-up, as do I.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's some guys looking for missing people. He's like, well, can I have a list? And they're like, well, yeah, you can, but it's $5 million. And, you know, it seems like it's like, you know, when insurances, like car insurers, don't want new drivers, so they put the premiums ridiculously high, like just to put you off. It feels like that kind of thing.
Right, yeah, I can understand that.
So from around 2011, he went all in. He dug through case files, interviewed rescuers and witnesses, and published book after book and did documentary after documentary. Now he was all in, and he wasn't messing around. But one thing to note with Politis is he very rarely gives a specific theory. He doesn't come out and say it's aliens or it's Bigfoot. He just lays out the detail and leaves you to connect the dots, which, of course, means people do, and there's lots of them.
Right.
Critics reckon he cherry-picks cases and that there's nothing statistically odd about these disappearances. Fans say his cop instinct is exactly what makes his work worth listening to. Either way, thanks to him, Missing 411 has become shorthand for the strange vanishings.
And you might have explained this before, but what is the relevance of the 411?
I think 411 is the shorthand, you know, like radio chatter talk for information.
Right, okay. A little bit like Internet Explorer error 404. It means nothing, it's just the code for it.
Yeah, it's like when police say, like, we got a 211 in progress, that kind of thing.
Oh, not a 211?
Yes, I'm sorry. I know that is difficult for you to think about. That's just the first word that came to my head.
Okay, all right, I prefer 411.
Right, well, maybe you're Bigfoot then.
Definitely not.
I love me a little bit of missing campers. So, common threads. Politis points out a bunch of them, and when you stack them together, they're properly unsettling. So, people vanish instantly. 1 minute, in sight of others, next minute, gone. A child a few steps behind his dad and never catches up. A hunter just ahead of the trail who's never seen again. Search dogs fail. Either they find nothing, or, like I said before, they just lay down and refuse to track. Like the trail ends in mid-air. Bad weather rolls in right after a disappearance. There's sudden storms, fog, or heavy snow, seemingly perfectly timed to wreck a search effort. Clothing is found weird. It'll turn up either inside out, folded neatly, or just not at all. And sometimes single shoes are found neatly placed in places like rocks. Bodies or belongings appear later in places that have already been searched dozens of times, meaning either everyone missed something obvious or the items weren't there before. Neither explanation is comforting. Disappearances seem to cluster around water, boulder fields, or berry patches. Don't ask me why berry patches, but obviously Bigfoot fans will tell you it's because Sasquatch loves berries.
Does he?
Well, you know, if you're in the forest, what else is to eat? You've either got campers or berries, and berries are abundant.
It's that or twigs, isn't it, really?
And I tried a twig sandwich yesterday. Not appetizing.
Bit dry and chewy.
Even with a copious amounts of mayonnaise I put on, it wasn't very nice.
I do. It just reminded me, have you ever seen that Mr. Bean episode where I think it's at Christmas and he runs out of twiglets?
Yes.
And so he just grabs some twigs from outside and then coats it in, I don't know, something like...
Marmite or something?
Yeah, and serves it to the people.
That's the first instance where you brought up a weird TV program that I have actually seen.
Hey, there we go.
I'm proud of myself. So victims don't seem to fit a pattern. They could be very young, very old, or unwell, or sometimes the complete opposite, like expert outdoorsmen who by all accounts should be fine. The forest seems to go silent, there's no birds, no insects, just dead quiet. And again, it's never a distinct pattern because in other cases, people nearby hear odd sounds like laughter, loud cracks, metallic scraping, or whooshes.
Okay. I'm sure we've seen a couple of videos like that as well.
We have, yeah, there's been a few things that are brought up in the past where there's been like weird metallic scraping or weird cracks and bangs, and we've heard I can't remember the name of them, but the tapes where that person recorded the yipping and the whooping.
Oh, yeah, that was odd.
And then there are the clusters. There's Yosemite, the Smoky Mountains in Colorado, and the Appalachian Mountains, all with multiple vanishings over years, and oddly, often in places with cheery names like the Devil's Gulch or Devil's Head. Gulch is not a funny word, Jordan.
I mean, it sounds it.
It sounds like Devil's Gooch, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a bit hot and sweaty.
That stinks, mate. Now, one of these alone, you can explain away, but put them all together across hundreds of cases, and it's hard not to feel like something else is going on. So, Jordan, now is the interesting part, because I have some real-life cases for you to sink your teeth into.
Okay, hit me.
The first one is the story of Dennis Martin. It was Father's Day weekend in 1969. The Martin family were camping in the Great Smoky Mountains. There was William, his dad Clyde, and William's two boys, Dennis and Douglas. This was Dennis's first big overnight hike, and they made sure to make him wear a bright red t-shirt so he was easy to spot, which is a good idea.
Very good idea. And can I just ask as well?
Yes.
Does this family also have massive noses?
Couldn't tell you, mate. I don't have a picture of them. My script is pure words.
Right. You don't have a picture of them because it's impossible to take a selfie, get their hand that far out.
Exactly, yeah. It's just like the tip of the nose with two black orifices underneath.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd ask.
The Martins bumped into another family on Spence Field, which was a grassy meadow near the Appalachian Trail, and the kids from both families started playing together and soon hatched a plan to sneak into the bushes to hide, and then jump out and scare the adults. So off they went. A couple of minutes later, all the kids leapt out shouting, "Boo!" except Dennis, who never came out.
Right.
William Martin instantly knew something was wrong. He sprinted to the spot where he'd seen his son duck into the bushes, but found nothing. He ran down the trail for 2 miles, shouting his son's name, but sadly, still nothing.
Oh, that must be awful.
I can't even fucking begin to imagine, mate. Awful. And it gets worse. That night, a storm hit. 3 inches of rain dumped into the mountains, washing away any possible tracks, and the next morning, the biggest search in park history began. Over 1,400 people combed the area, and even the Green Berets got involved. They searched for weeks, but what did they find? Pretty much nothing. At best, 1 child's shoe and a sock, miles from where Dennis disappeared.
Wow, okay. I'm assuming also by that is not his sock and shoe.
It's not stated, but I think they maybe took it as people were there, so maybe it's an area of interest.
Right.
But meanwhile, about 6 miles away, another family, the Keys, were hiking and they heard a terrible scream. Their son pointed in the direction of where he said he saw a bear. The dad, Harold, looked up and saw not a bear. He said it looked like a wild, rough-looking man or hairy figure running through the trees carrying something over its shoulder. Now, the Smokies have black bears, sure, but a bear running on 2 legs carrying a child? Not bloody likely. Some say it could have been a feral person living off-grid, but others obviously point to Bigfoot. Officially, Dennis is sadly still missing. His dad believes someone abducted him, others think something stranger. But whatever the truth may be, Dennis Martin's case set the tone for the whole missing 411 phenomenon. A child vanishes in seconds, in front of witnesses, with no trace.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that's very odd. I suppose on the bright side...
No, you did...
He was great at hide and seek.
For fuck's sake, Jordan. I tried to stop you. You did this in episode 142 where James was telling us about that woman who was sort of ostracized from society, and you were like, well, it's probably a good thing she's dead then. I think we've learned to just not take your opinions on things.
Okay, all right. Yeah, fair enough. I'll still provide them.
Oh, fine.
Take of it what you will.
So, case 2, Keith Parkins, which is a case I touched on when I did my little roundup all those years ago, so I figured it may be better to go into full detail now. So for this case, we're in Oregon in 1952. A 2-year-old named Keith Parkins vanishes from his family's farm. It was winter, he had his jacket on, he was happily playing outside, then suddenly he just wasn't there anymore. Searchers followed his tiny footprints through the snow until they just stopped. There was no other prints, no animal tracks, nothing. It was literally as if he'd just been plucked off the ground.
Wow. Okay.
19 hours later, against all odds, they found him, alive and face down in a frozen pond about 12 to 15 miles from his home. Now, let that sink in. A 2-year-old somehow travelled over a dozen miles through snow and rough terrain overnight, his jacket was gone, and he was scraped up, but luckily, he was alive.
Oh, I was not expecting that. Okay.
Yeah, thank God he's alive. Survival expert Les Stroud later retraced the route for a documentary.
Oh, I like Les.
Yeah, I think you brought him up before, didn't you? That's the guy that goes camping in his living room.
Yeah. He's the one that went on a trail with, I think, his son and looking for Bigfoot.
Probably a bad idea if he knows the missing 411 phenomena exists. Like, I'll just take my son, I'll send this little bastard into the woods.
I mean, he was full. He was an adult.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
He wasn't 2 years old.
Come on, out of the crib.
He didn't want to try hide and seek with him.
Bad. So, Les Stroud, a reputable source, at least in Jordan's eyes, later retraced the route for a documentary, and even for him, it was brutal. His conclusion was no way a toddler did that alone, which leaves us with a big question. How did Keith get so far? Was he carried? And if so, by who or what? Keith himself never remembered. He grew up fine, but the mystery stuck, and this is one of those rare happy endings in Missing 411, but also one of the most baffling.
Yeah, that is super strange. There's a couple of things. One is that I'm not sure it really takes someone like Les Stroud to come to the conclusion of a 2-year-old couldn't traverse 12 miles on their own. Secondly...
No, wait, let's go through these as you bring them up. I think it takes somebody who... I mean, like, you know, I'm fat and out of shape, so for me it'd be difficult. But for somebody who is an avid outdoorsman who knows the rules and what to do and how to traverse these terrains, if even for them it's difficult, then it makes it even weirder that a 2-year-old did it.
But I think we could have all come to the conclusion that a 2-year-old cannot possibly do that.
All right.
Regardless. I think even on a flat terrain, tarmacked, I think you'd struggle.
Very true, but it just shows just how weird it is.
Oh, yeah.
Because even a person who can do these things easily found it difficult.
Oh, yeah, there's no debating that. Secondly, you know that this story is old, don't you? Because who on earth do you know as a 2-year-old called Keith? You don't ever see a newborn and go, oh, he's a Keith.
Now, that one, Jordan, I've got to agree with you on. I've never seen a baby Keith.
I'm sure, actually, I saw the other day a list of names that are essentially extinct.
Yeah.
And I think Gary was another one.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else now.
I could just find the video if you like and run through them.
No, it's fine. We'll move on.
Okay, right. God, Les Stroud even found that bit difficult to listen to.
And also, you don't ever hear someone called Les, do you?
I find it weird to think that you said we're going to move on and then double down.
They'll come to me throughout.
Fantastic. So, case number 3, we have Jared Atadero, who falls under the category of found in impossible places. So, for this case, we're in Colorado of 1999. 3-year-old Jared went on a hike with a church group, but while Jared attended the hike, his dad stayed behind. At one point, Jared ran ahead of the group on the trail, but unfortunately never came back.
Right.
A huge search followed. Earlier reports said he'd seen 2 fishermen and asked them if there were bears in the woods.
Okay.
I guess that shows the direction. So he was with the group here. He saw the 2 fishermen here. So maybe that's a direction they could go searching.
Right, I see.
But for years, there was nothing. No sign of the poor kid. But in 2003, 4 years later, hikers scaling a near vertical slope 500 feet above the trail found kids' clothes. A jacket, trousers, both inside out, and next to them was a child's white trainer that looked almost brand new, like it hadn't sat through 4 Colorado winters.
Okay.
Nearby, they found bone fragments, which were sadly later confirmed to be Jared's.
Oh dear, okay.
Yeah. Officially, authorities said mountain lion, but the clothes weren't ripped or bloodied, just weirdly inside out. On top of that, where the remains were found, were basically impossible for a toddler to reach alone, as backed up by Les Stroud. So how on earth do we explain that one? Predator? Kidnap? Or was he carried there and left? A strange one.
Yes, indeed.
So case number 4, and this one is where it gets properly weird.
Okay, so all the rest was just child's play up to now.
Yes, and you're going to see how that statement is embodied when you hear it.
Yeah, it was probably a bad choice of words, actually, on my part.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional.
Right, quintuple cancelled, get out. You've had your chances. So now for a bizarre one. It's 2010 and we're on Mount Shasta in California. This place is already a magnet for high strangeness, but unfortunately, a 3-year-old boy goes missing at a campground as if he was just poofed out of sight. Panic sets in, but thanks Shrub, 5 hours later, he's found safe and well, hiding under a, shrub.
Oh, okay.
Relief all round. Job done.
Another hide-and-seek champion.
Yeah, he can't play anymore though because he's grounded. So all was well until a few weeks later when he started telling his grandma what had happened to him. According to him, he was taken by her. Well, sort of her, he says. A grandma that looked like her but wasn't.
Wow.
He called her Robot Grandma. Yep, I told you it's weird. He said that she led him to a cave filled with strange items, guns, purses, and other trinkets, and she asked him to lie down. She looked over him, fiddled with his tummy, and told him that he was from outer space. Then, just as suddenly, he was back outside and told to wait. And it gets even creepier. His real grandma, camping on the same trip, later said that she woke up outside the tent with odd marks on her neck after seeing red glowing eyes in the dark. So, what the hell do you even make of that? Robot imposter grandmas, alien caves, kids being told they're space babies? Jordan, make it make sense.
Okay. Maybe grandma has a secret second life?
As a robot.
I mean, maybe does good breakdancing, I don't know. Was auditioning for a Got Talent programme.
Mount Shasta's Got Talent.
It's the only logical explanation, really.
You've solved it. Get Politis on the phone. So, case 5, and the last one, we have Charles McCullough. And this one is fucking weird, right? And the description of it might take you a little while to sort of get right in your head, so stop me if you need to, but we'll talk through the situation.
Okay. 19-year-old
Charles McCullough wanted to be the next Ansel Adams, who was a famous landscape photographer, for any one of those who didn't know that name. I mean, get some culture in you. So, in the winter of 1975, he headed up to Oregon's Crater Lake National Park to take snow-covered landscape shots. Romantic idea? Sure. Except, as is the MO, he didn't come back. For months, no one could figure out what had happened to the poor guy. But fast forward to the following year, hikers are deep in the backcountry, miles from where Charles was supposed to have been, when they stumbled across something grisly. A pair of jeans, neatly laid out, belt unbuckled, zipper down, socks neatly placed inside the leg holes at the bottom of the jeans, and inside the socks, human feet bones.
Wow.
The rest of him was gone, except a little bit further away where the crown of his skull was found. And that's it. No boots, no shirt, no coat, no camera, no logical explanation for how a kid from Virginia made it up to those heavy snow passes with little more than youthful enthusiasm and a DSLR.
Which eventually wasn't found.
Exactly.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that's really odd. So whatever happened to him, part of him was tucked into, what, his shoes, was it? His boots?
Yeah, so his socks were, like, imagine if you're stood up without any shoes, but you're wearing socks and jeans.
Yes.
How you would look, your feet in the sock,
yeah,
with your trouser going over the top of your sock, almost to your ankle, that is how they were placed.
Yeah, that's so weird.
The official line was exposure, animals, case closed. But the oddities of the bones neatly tucked into the socks, the skull separated, no trace of anything else, no blood, no flesh or gore left anywhere. It was almost as if he'd been picked apart by tweezers and tidied up afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that could have happened, maybe, is that, I don't know, someone else hiking found this and decided to just be a bit stupid and do that.
Possibly, but that doesn't explain the fact that the feet bones are inside the sock, but there's no blood.
Yeah. I mean, was it ever proven that the clothing was his?
I believe so.
Okay.
They'd have the bones, so they'd have the DNA to test.
I suppose, yeah. Strange one.
Very weird, yeah. So what in the goddamn is going on?
No point asking me.
It's a rhetorical question, don't worry.
Thank God.
Bigfoot, aliens, portals, feral people, government experiments, or just tragic accidents. Every theory has its fans and its problems. Sasquatch fans point to berry bushes and wild man sightings. UFO believers note instant disappearances. Folklore buffs talk about fae or spirits luring people away. And conspiracy theorists point to government bases near clusters of disappearing people. But skeptics, they just say it's people getting lost with bad luck, making the patterns look spookier than they are. Politis himself never nails it down, but he drops hints. He says there's a predator out there that we don't understand, and he loves pointing out that so many clusters happen in places with names that start with devils. Coincidence? Maybe. Creepy? Yeah. But Jordan, have you any idea why Paulides doesn't drop his theory?
Is it because really he doesn't have one, but he's just making himself look a bit better?
To be honest, it's an ambiguous question. It could be anything, but that is a very good point. He might just have no f***ing idea and he's just, making money off it now, so it just keeps the ball rolling.
Yeah. Or maybe it could be that he doesn't feel like the world is ready to know.
Possibly. What my theory is, he has an idea, but the second that he says what it is, a lot of people will just think, he's just another paranormal nut job.
Right.
So if he goes, it's Bigfoot, people will be like, oh, Bigfoot doesn't exist, idiot.
Immediately dismissed.
Yeah, it'll dismiss it, it'll discredit all of his work, it'll stop it from being funded or continuing in any way, shape or form. So I think he just says, I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to tell you until I have concrete evidence.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
I think that's a smart thing to do. So the missing 411 mystery sits in that uncomfortable crossroads between tragedy and high strangeness. For families, it's heartbreak. For the rest of us, it's a kind of mystery that makes you see the woods differently, because whatever's behind those disappearances is still out there. But Jordan, I just want to know, what do you think?
I think it's a whole bunch of weirdness, Ian.
And I think that's the reason I brought it to you.
I'm glad you did. Not heard of any of those.
Oh, good. Good to know.
Some really sad cases, obviously. Missing children that literally never were found in some cases at all.
Absolutely. Yeah, very sad.
Very, very strange. But a very interesting set of stories to ponder. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really got nothing on it.
Craziness at its finest.
Yes, very much so.
So, Jordan, that is story 1 of 8.
Wow.
And I hope there are some key points in there which your mind has latched onto. Maybe I accidentally f***ed up a few sentences so that they'd stick in your mind.
I'm sure that wasn't on purpose.
It definitely wasn't, yeah. I was hoping you were going to be like, oh, that'd be very clever of you, Ian, so I could just unedit it and just leave them all in.
Oh, yeah, that NLP programming.
Bastard.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for bringing those. I enjoyed it.
Not a problem. But you have some stuff for me, don't you, Jordan?
Well, I think so. These are what the internet have said when they were angry and made themselves sound stupid. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that I wrote this segment donkeys ago and I purposely haven't reread it, so it's going to be a bit of a surprise for me too.
Interesting. Can't wait. And I hope you can read better than I can.
Well, we'll find out.
I practiced my script about 5 times.
Maybe you shouldn't bother.
No, that would be horrible. I'd be like, what's that mean? The. Got it. Right. Next word.
See, it's not really that. It's more the fact that it's sometimes written weirdly. It's not your reading, it's your writing.
That's because I write it at the time when I know how I want to have it said.
Yes.
But then, a few days later, I forget.
Yeah, okay.
I just need to write it as I go.
No, I think you need to maybe just change how you write it. Maybe put certain things in italics for might be how you would express something.
I write it on my iPhone in my notes app, mate. That is so much fiddling.
It's what I do.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
This is nearly 40 years of habit.
Moving on.
Go for it.
As a kid, I once got angry and I yelled at someone, "I will throw this remote in your face if my mum allows me." I've been bullied quite a bit for that one.
Mum, can I? The ironic part is he was shouting at his mum.
Yeah. Mum says no.
Damn it.
An angry man at Home Depot called the cashier a woman bitch.
What?
Yeah. I mean, you can't really get a male bitch.
True, yeah, in every sense of the word, it is a female dog.
It is. I once had a lot of road rage and yelled, "I will literally f*** you," while staring directly at the guy who cut me off. A manager at work is notorious for his temper and his tendency to mix up words when he's angry, which is perfect for this segment. Mm-hmm. One of his employees was 30 minutes late and he said, "Where is that damn Eric? I'm going to give him a piece of my ass." We all knew what he meant to say, yeah. But everyone within earshot was trying so hard not to laugh.
That reminds me
Go on.
of an outtake from a Jackie Chan film.
All right. I love Jackie Chan.
I can't remember who said, I think it's one of the extras who's playing a police officer, and he's supposed to say, "Show me your hands," but he accidentally says, "Show me your ass! Show me your ass!" And then Chris goes,
"Show your ass! Yes, yes!"
Oh, this must have been like Rush Hour or something.
It was, yeah.
Love those films.
That's the end of it.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. Co-worker couldn't get his password right when he was trying to sign in on the computer. After his third failed attempt, he just yelled, "Cock dick," and stormed off.
Cock dick.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not questioning it.
That's what he saw when he turned his computer on. Like the cleaner had a little bit of fun the night before. He was like, "Cock dick."
Maybe that was his password.
No, maybe, yeah.
Maybe he just remembered it at that point. Oh, cock dick.
Or the computer was like, "Please change your password." And he was like, "Right, cock dick." Right, like, password cannot be what it previously was. He's like, "Cock dick."
Yeah, or it's like that old joke. Password not long enough.
Yeah.
Or when someone overheard somebody in an argument saying, "Right, that's it. I'm going to toast all your bread."
What?
I don't know. Once when an Asian kid in my high school got really, really mad at someone, he yelled out, "You sonny bitch." I think people used to deliberately try to rile him up after that, just to see if he'd say it again.
"You bring sunshine into my life, you sonny bitch. I love you."
I grew up with a lot of siblings. We'd all be fighting in the car, and instead of saying, "I'll turn this car around," like a normal dad would, my dad would suddenly bellow out, "You touch him and I'm gonna touch you."
Oh, God.
He always stopped right away, but it still makes me laugh. I don't think it's meant with any malice.
Of
at
course.
all.
But was that an accident? Or is he, it sounded like you said that on purpose if he repeats himself.
Well, I think that was said on purpose, but then later realised, oh, that sounds bad.
Got you. Yeah, so what he's trying to say is, if you punch him, I'll punch you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, like, you do that to him, I'm going to do that to you. And then, oh, shit.
Yeah, that could maybe be misconstrued.
Yeah. Someone else said, "My first trip to New York City, I was amazed at how nice people were. Not what I was led to believe at all. Then, on my cab ride to JFK, my driver leaned out of the window and screamed at a slow-moving car the words, 'You drive like old people, fuck!'"
Pleasurably?
Lazily? I don't know.
He was just being very kind.
I'm assuming is slow. I mean, maybe that's a grammar issue.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the last word was just like an expletive.
You drive like old people. Fuck.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Who knows? Or how about, "I'm going to punch you in the face with my foot." Which, I mean, can you imagine correcting them and being like, well, actually, technically that's a kick.
I'm like, right, that's it. I'm going to elbow you in the nose with my knee.
Yeah, exactly. Or overhearing, "That's bullfuck." Or what about, "I'm gonna squeeze you," when I pissed off this dude. He did it in such a squeaky voice and even made a wringing a cloth type of hand motion.
Right.
When he said it. "I'm gonna squeeze you."
That's the kind of action that someone does that, you know, if you're in it like a tense moment, you're just like, okay, I'm done. It just dispels all the tension and you just walk away.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this has gone too far. This is stupid.
This is weird.
In a team with a German guy and an American guy who got really on each other's nerves, the German guy felt he wasn't getting enough respect. So he shouted, "That's the problem with all you Americans. You think we know fuck nothing, when in fact we know fuck all."
Oh, no.
And it took us quite a while to have a breath to tell him where he went wrong with that sentence. Because for anyone that isn't familiar, saying that you know fuck all is, in other words, saying that you know nothing.
Yeah, that's a British... I don't know if that's just a British way.
I mean, it said it was American here, so I'm assuming...
Oh, true, yeah. Maybe just a English-speaking thing where people say fuck all, it means nothing.
Yeah, but I dare say if that was stuck through a translator, that would not be the same meaning.
Yeah, it'd probably translate to something like non-knowing not-goblin or something like that.
Possibly, yeah. We have had those German translations. Once a kid in my class was trying to sleep and the teacher got annoyed, so she said, "If you want to sleep, you can come sleep with me in the staff room at lunch."
Oh, wow.
I remember a woman who said, "You son of a bitch," to her very own son.
Oh. backward insult.
Yeah. Or, I'm going to punch you in the face with both my fists. But imagine that's really hard.
Yeah, you kind of need the swing, don't you?
Yeah.
I'll happily give it a go, though. Do you want to come over?
Yeah, go on then. I get real mad when playing Team Fortress 2. I kept dying to this scout player, and I screamed in my headset, I'm gonna suck your dick off. And now we're best friends.
I'll bet.
Doesn't go into any more detail, but there you go.
That's how I make most of my friends.
That's how we met.
Exactly, yeah, in college.
One night, years ago, my ex and I were driving up to a friend's cottage for the night, and we were navigating some unfamiliar narrow roads with sudden steep small hills. Typical cottage country roads. Anyway, we come to the apex of one hill, and as we start barreling down it, we realise there's a porcupine in what can only be described as an attack stance at the bottom of the hill. My ex obviously didn't want to hit the porcupine and was annoyed it wasn't moving out of the way. So, naturally, in all his infinite wisdom, he doesn't hit the brakes but instead yells out this gem. Move it, you stupid pork, you fuck! Never laughed so hard in my life.
That's like he changed his tack halfway through. It's like, move out the way, you stupid pork. You fuck.
Or it's, move out the way, you stupid pork, you fuck! You know.
Yeah, as he collides with it, yeah, and all the spines come barreling through his windscreen.
Or overhearing, you have no idea the physical toll that 3 vasectomies have on a person.
Oh, God.
I did think of you with that one.
One was enough.
You've only had one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to get 2 just in case?
I'm good, thanks.
Or 3 to be extra sure.
Oh, no.
One after the other.
Mate, you've just made them retract into my body, so...
Oh, did it work?
Yeah, there's nothing to be vasectomized anymore.
Okay. A black friend once got mad at me and yelled, you big white goat. My brother still calls me that 30 years later. Or, I hope you fap into a coconut.
What?
I don't even know what they were trying to say.
Maybe into a coma?
It's not a sentence I've ever heard anyway.
Well, we don't know what went on prior. Maybe the person was like, you know what? I love whacking. I'm going to go and have 5 right now. And the person was like, I'm sick of you whacking. I hope you fap into a coma.
Oh, right.
But accidentally said coconut.
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds more logical than anything else could be.
Thank God I'm here.
A mate of mine was Hungarian, but spoke perfect English. But when he was angry, he would translate Hungarian insults into English. Now, in English, we'd refer to somebody as a body part, or tell them what we'd do to their mother. Even calling a child a C-N-T is nothing compared to what consists of a Hungarian insult.
God, what was it?
Which... There's a couple of them. One is, suffocate yourself in your mother's
F***ing hell.
And another one is, fuck your soul. That's some of my favourites.
Fuck your soul.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
It's quite deep. Or, I'm going to slap you with a wet lettuce leaf if you don't stop talking. In a very angry, thick Scottish accent. Would you like to do it, Ian?
I'm going to slap you with a wet lettuce leaf.
If you don't stop talking.
If you don't stop fucking talking, you wee bastard.
Brilliant.
We're suffocating your mother's fucking hell. And f*** your wee soul.
I like the little bit of improv.
Thank you.
My German ex-stepdad said, next time you disrespect your mother, I'm going to wipe your ass. He was yelling it in full-on German accent. My mum couldn't help but laugh when he said it, and it was a household joke for years.
Oh, God. Did they point out where he went wrong?
I'm hoping so.
Because otherwise he'd be like, what's wrong with that? Yeah, wipe your ass, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. Imagine he's just got a few anger issues and, he's at the local bakery taking a bit too long.
Got a few anger tissues, apparently.
Someone else said, let's see. It stresses me off and pisses me out. That probably takes the cake. My idiot ex would get so frazzled about daily life, he'd forget how to talk. Or decided to try a Chinese place around the corner. Girl at the counter and the cook in the back were arguing the whole time in what I assume was Chinese. I'm waiting for my food. In the middle of the girl's Chinese argument, she slips in a "F you, needle dick," and back to a bunch more Chinese. Apparently, there isn't a word for "F you, needle dick" in Chinese.
Have you tried to translate that?
Why would I bother?
Because
I can't read the back end of it.
I'll show you. I'll show you why it's necessary.
Okay, needle dick.
Would you like to say that in Chinese? F you, needle dick. Would you like it in Mandarin simplified or Mandarin traditional?
Let's go traditional. I mean, if you can end up saying this, that's going to be amazing.
And I'm not going to say it. I'm going to use the app to say it. I've got technology on my side.
Even that'll be like, what? It'll just say, "F you, needle dick."
操你个真鸡巴.
There you go.
Okay. I'm so glad you did that.
I just wanted to know if it is possible. You said apparently there isn't a translation, but there is, and here it is.
I mean, of course it will translate something.
Yep. Well, there you go. I'll tell you what.
I don't know if that means anything.
I'll copy what I've got and I'll flip it back.
Are you going to make that the title of this episode?
Possibly.
We'll get a lot of Chinese hits for needle.
To English. Yeah, I just translated it back from Chinese to English, and it comes out as
F you, needle dick.
Okay, well, if there's any Chinese speakers listening to this, please let us know if that is indeed the case.
I can imagine like someone in China who just likes the sound of our voices. Maybe it's a little bit of ASMR for them and it's just a little bit soothing. And then all of a sudden...
They just hear.
Yeah, they just hear it.
Yeah. So on to the final couple here. We have, just hurry up. It's not rocket surgery. Which is now my go-to phrase for describing something simple.
Which is ironic because nothing is rocket surgery.
That's a good point. Yeah, it doesn't exist. And then the final one. We're sitting in the middle of a very busy Chinese restaurant with my son and twin nephews who were being complete 5-year-old shits.
Oh.
In an attempt to hiss, "If you don't stop your shit, I will end you," I ended up nearly shouting, "I will shit on you." No idea how or why that came out, but everyone in the restaurant turned to look at the kids who were now laughing so hard they were crying.
Oh, right. See, if my dad said that to me, I'd have taken that as a firm reason to stop doing whatever I was doing. I would not be laughing. If my dad leaned in,
his kecks down.
Yeah, my dad slowly got up and started pulling his trousers down and went, "I'm going to shit on you."
I do say I think it's the Scottish accent that makes that quite more impactful.
Well, I'm glad you found it funny because I had it for an indeterminate amount of years before I moved out.
Oh, love it, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. That's things people have said when they were angry, and it came out sounding a little bit silly.
Thank you very much, Jordan.
You're very welcome.
That is a very nice introduction back into recording life. Because, like I said, I don't want to harp on about it, but we've had a bit of time off.
Don't think you mentioned that.
So it's been nice to jump back into the flow of things with a fantastically orchestrated Jordan segment.
There you go.
Thank you very much for that, Jordan. So with that, me old sausage, does that about bring us around to the end of today's episode?
I think it does.
Nice one. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode. Maybe even tell a friend. Take your friend to a Chinese restaurant and ask them if they have a word for f***ing needle dick. When they ask you, why the f*** are you asking me that? Just say, well, I heard it on Amazing Podcast. And they'll be like, what podcast? And you can tell them all about Two Guys What's Up.
And then proceed to order your lovely Kung Po chicken.
Yeah, or, chicken chow mein, egg fried rice, whatever you go for. You don't have to get Jordan's order.
Oh, salt and pepper ribs.
Not ribs, no, chicken, salt and pepper chicken.
Okay, it's salt and pepper chicken and salt and pepper chips.
And crispy chicken and OK sauce. I'm f***ing hungry now.
I am too. Should we go?
Hell yes.
All right, let's rattle through this quick.
Hit.
So if you'd like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every link you will ever need for all your Two Guys What's Up essentials. Hungry. If you want to get your own Two Guys What's Up t-shirt, click the link.
Want to buy me some fried rice? Click the link.
want to tell us your own stupid things you said when you were angry, click that link.
And if you click that link, it will blast you off to Patreon, the home of all your Two Guys What's Up extra essentials, including shoutouts, t-shirts, aliens and wackers mugs, and if you really can't get enough of our fantastic tales and...
Hurry up, Ian, I'm starving.
Sorry, buddy, I'm going. Tasty voices.
Tasty?
Sorry, it's on my mind. Well, now you can get more of our delicious episodes because there are currently...
Delicious?
27 bonus episodes, which come out on the last Friday of every single month, and they're just sitting on Patreon waiting for your ears to go and gobble up all that extra delicious food.
Food?
I mean, extra audio goodness.
Food?
Yes, food. I know, I'm starving. Oh, my tummy's growling. And all that's available right now, starting with the bonus episodes for just £3 a month.
So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so, head over to patreon.com/Two Guys What's Up to check out all the goodies over there. The link will be down below for your pleasure. I'm hungry.
Delicious. But if you can't do that, but you still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best, freest, and most delicious food. Way to do that for us. We would be eternally hungry. I mean, filled. I mean, grateful.
Oh, we will.
But on that note...
Where's the menu?
Just behind you, mate. Just to your left. Thanks for listening. Have an amazing week, guys. We'll see you next Monday.
I'll
Bye.
have one of everything.
Make that double.
烫你的真鸡巴。
Needle dick.
And I probably might be helpful having your script.
Good idea.
Cool, got that.
Nice.
So imagine going on a hike in a national park.
You stop that right now. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
So imagine going on a hike in a national park.
That was a good one.
Thank you, buddy. Next.
No, we'll keep interrupting you, otherwise it literally will take 2 months.
Yes, several thousand hours at least. So imagine going on a park. No. See, you've done it.
Going on a park. It's like that thing of you go on a bus, not in a bus.
Yeah.
And you get in a car, not on a car. And in this case, Ian thinks you go on a park.
I do. And that's the way it's going to be written throughout the entire script. So buckle up, people, for a confusing time.
Okay.